Start now, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Karan. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our dear friends, professionals, our students and faculties from across the nation. Good morning to all of you. And first of all, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday morning. I know it is a bit difficult for all of us to wake early morning on Sunday especially because we work extremely hard on 6 working days. So thank you so much for joining us. Myself, Neeraj Arora, I am Senior Director at ASSOCHAM and look after the GEM Green Building Certification Program. So I welcome you all on behalf of ASSOCHAM GEM. Today we have with us very eminent speakers, and friends, I would like to mention here that we are celebrating our 7 days mega conference and exhibitions and awards under GEM umbrella. And today is our 3rd day. We are organizing 14 conferences with 100 plus speakers from 10 nations on this platform. Today is our 3rd day and 5th conference, and we have specifically organized this panel discussion for students and by the students. So this was our approach, that we wanted our students to organize a program. There are so many professionals are participating in these conferences, but today we want our students to play an important role because they are our future. So I would like to welcome all the students and faculties, those who are joining us from various institutions. So we have with us very eminent speakers. I will start with Mr. Pankaj Dharkar ji, who is the founder chairman of ASSOCHAM GEM Green Building Certification Program. Today is a very special day for us, as this is the birthday of our founder chairman, Mr. Pankaj Dharkar, and today is his marriage anniversary also. So double congratulations and double wishes to you, sir. Dharkar Saab, welcome to you. We have with us Sandeep Narangji also, who is the co-chairman of our GEM Students Activity Committee. And I would like to specifically mention here that this was Sandeep Narangji's mission, that we should plan a program for students and by the students. So thank you so much, Sandeep ji, for this wonderful theme. We have Indrajit Singh Oberoi ji with us, who is the GEM certified professional and a member of Faridabad Local Center Institution of Engineers. Welcome, Indrajit ji. We have Neetu ji with us, Managing Director, Panache Green Tech Solutions Private Limited. Welcome, Neetu ji. We have Ms. Kanchana, Founder President, Eco-Friendly Volunteers, Sri Lanka. Welcome, Kanchana ji. We have with us Mr. Ashu Gupta, Chairman, GEM Projects Committee and Managing Partner, Design to Occupancy Services Private Limited. And we have with us students from various institutions. Sandeep ji will introduce them. Before this, I would like to invite Pankaj Dharkar ji for the encouraging message. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neeraj. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So first of all, let me congratulate Sandeep ji for today's program. I think this is a very, very special program for all of us in GEM, for the student, by the student. I think it is a fascinating time for us during this mega 7 days conference, which is a unique conference being organized by anybody in the country for the first time. My personal thanks to Ashu for helping Sandeep ji and taking it to the next height by inviting personalities like Kanchan ji all the way from Sri Lanka. Welcome you, madam. And also making sure that the Institute of Engineers, Mr. Indrajit Oberoi ji is also with us. And thanks to also ever smiling Neetu ji for being part of this morning session. And I'm really delighted. This particular program is very different from what we have been doing, because as Neeraj ji said, this is by the student, for the student, and we at GEM believe that you are the future generation. You are the people who need to correct the damage done by my generation, and if we are not alert, probably we will head towards disaster. We have just seen a very bad cyclone in Chennai, and many more such events have happened, and we all know that the climate change what damage it is bringing to this earth. Friend, just to update you, the ASSOCHAM is a 100-year-old institute. This year we celebrated our centenary celebration in January, which started with 5,000 plus eminent personalities of country and Prime Minister himself with more than 8 cabinet ministers joining this event. It was a dream. Today it looks, when we are sitting on this digital platform, how the world has changed in 10 months. Friends, ASSOCHAM is with 400 chambers, 4.5 lakhs members across the country, and they are working towards creating a conducive environment of India business to compete globally. You would have heard about various chambers like MCCI, PhD. They are all part of this august body. We are headed by Niranjan Hiranandani ji, who is a very, very dynamic leader from city of Mumbai. We know him for his contribution for data centers, the largest data center of India, and an eminent developer of Mumbai. Vineet ji Agarwal ji is Managing Director of TCI and is also our Vice President. Mr. Balkrishna Goenka is our immediate past President from Welspun Group. And Deepak Sood ji is the Secretary General of ASSOCHAM, very dynamic person who has been helping us. And because of his efforts, we are with you, connected through Neeraj ji and Amit ji, who are with us on this web. Friends, ASSOCHAM has taken a green initiative to care for Mother Earth and to complement India's sustainability movement and have formed this CGEN. Our program can be downloaded freely. People who have not downloaded, please go ahead and download. It is available free of cost. The program is based on ECBC 2017 and NBC 2016, which are two beautiful documents given by Indian architects, by Indian engineers to the globe, and we are here to create the awareness about these programs. Our program not only takes care of sustainability, energy, water efficiency, green areas, indoor air quality, daylight, fresh air and human comfort, but it also addresses fire and life safety. And we do believe at GEM that the building have to be energy efficient, they have to have good environment within the space, which has absolutely become important, specifically post-pandemic. The awareness, the understanding of it has increased enormously. But we also believe that the building have to be fire and life safety wise safe. We all know that any certified building will give us a payback of 3 to 4 years, and we all know that the buildings are created for 50 years or more. In fact, yesterday we were speaking about renovations of old building infrastructure, old heritage buildings, and we really got acquainted that even 200-year-old buildings are looking as smart and as green as today's buildings. And there were beautiful examples given by many architects, fascinatingly. Friends, our program is also making sure that all the data are captured. We have a central command center in Delhi where we are capturing the energy consumption, the water consumption, the indoor air quality levels of the buildings which we certify. And what it is going to do is create a benchmarking which will be useful to the young generation, the students, for doing the research work. 70 years of independence, we have not created this data, and this is what GEM's program is going to do. And we are reaching this program at the cost of 20,000 rupees. And this is what we will like to inspire our young generation, and this data will help them doing research and innovations. Our program has now MOUs with Indian Institute of Architects, NAREDCO, FSAI, ISHRE, ISLE, GACS, Smart Habitat Foundation, International Association of Indoor Air Quality, IAQA, ASHRE, various chapters, and with them we are doing several programs. I'm very glad to put on record that Government of Rajasthan has now recognized and extending all FAR benefits to ASSOCHAM certified projects, and we are also listed by CRESIL with 3 other certification programs. Thanks to Ashu and team for helping me on this. Our plans and certificates are very proudly displayed by certified projects, and currently we have numerous projects in the country which are certified, may it be a pharmaceutical project of Abbott or a cement plant of JK or electrical and electronics giant like Siemens, with several universities starting from Sri City to Hindustan University to Shrine to GD Goenka to many of them, and I will urge all of you, your universities also get recognized with GEM certified projects. We have luxurious brands of hotels like Hilton and ITC also amongst them. Friends, we started just 2.5 years back with chapters in Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and then during this pandemic we installed our UP chapter, Maharashtra chapter, Chhattisgarh chapter, Karnataka chapter, West Bengal chapter, and we are going to cover entire India and very soon and crossing the boundary. In fact, during this mega event, we have international speakers coming from more than 10 countries. During this lockdown, we created guidelines with the help of ISHLE, FSAI, EMA, IPA, all engineering societies coming together with GSES, and these guidelines post-lockdown were given to 29 states and 6 union territories. And also we created a new awareness program on energy performance contracting with the help of World Bank, and also with Bureau of Energy Efficiency. We have already done 2 programs covering the air conditioning industry, covering the electrical industry, and now we'll be going to lighting and solar and other industries. And these are very important program, and this can generate not only immediate business for the industry, but also create lot of job opportunities in terms of energy auditing and in terms of creating the green footprint in a massive level. Friends, we have an excellent program on certification. You can join our awareness program, which is conducted every month. Neeraj will tell more about it in this program. And you can do this online exam, which is for just 90 minutes. It's an open book exam, and you can become a GEM certified professional, and you could be very proudly putting it onto your visiting cards, onto your email, and I'm sure this will give sense of pride to you all that you are aware of sustainability elements which are very important for you in future. Friends, we have in this pandemic we have covered 62 universities with whom we have affiliations, and the names are fascinating, and we are going to cover 100 MOUs within next 5 weeks of time till December 2020 in the able leadership of Mr. Vijay Garg and Sandeep Narangji, who is here driving this program today. So he has done a fantastic work for connecting us to several universities. These 7 days we are covering varieties of subjects, and all of you young students, young architects, young engineers, I will like that if you have missed earlier sessions, don't miss sessions right from this 4 o'clock in the evening, when we will be talking about healthcare standards, and a fantastic session coming up, and followed by every 11:30 and 4 p.m. 2 events. Once you are logged in today, you don't have to log in again, and this knowledge will be valuable for your future growth. We are covering close to 120 plus speakers, eminent speaker personalities coming across from 10 countries. And friends, we are really proud that with the team we have covered 70,000 plus registrations, more than 50,000 people attending various programs during this pandemic, with more than 10 MOUs with various professional organizations, 62 MOUs with university, and we will be crossing this 100 mark. Friends, we are here to create green and environmental sustainable country as per dream of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and let us join this pledge and ensure that our future buildings, whatever comes up, are all green certified, and let us dream that our future generations are safe and we have a better, I would say, environment for our future generations, and we don't any further spoil it. Thank you very much, and thank you, Sandeep ji, again for ensuring that we are with students today, and Ashu for driving this wonderful program. Best wishes to you for absolute knowledge sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful, very encouraging and very energetic message, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Now I would like to invite Sandeep Narangji. Sandeep Narangji is the co-chairman of ASSOCHAM's GEM Students Activity Committee and is the senior consultant sustainable construction. So Sandeep ji, I will not take much of the time and would like you to please moderate the session. Start the program, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neeraj ji. And this is also our centenary year for ASSOCHAM. And we started this year with a wonderful event at Vigyan Bhavan. And here our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji was there, and he gave us this vision, pledge to create a green and environmentally sustainable country. So green and eco-friendly movement GEM is rightly on the path shown by Honorable Prime Minister, sir. And lots of discussions do happen on the platform of sustainable built environment about smart India, green buildings, smart buildings, green cities. You keep on hearing these words around the year. They are there. But is it possible to have a smart India without smart citizens, or green India without green citizens? So that makes the capacity building for whole of 130 crore Indians very important. I will start with few figures. Every year, 16 lakh students, they start their engineering programs in the various engineering colleges across India. And out of those 16 lakh students, 8 to 9 lakh students, they work in the field of sustainable built environment, from civil engineering, architectural. I'm including architectural students also. So, and over a period of 4 or 5 years of engineering, various engineering years, and taking into account postgraduate students also, we have close to 50 lakh students, and I see a tremendous potential in using these students as catalyst for creating a green community. So all the students here are green ambassadors for what Prime Minister said, or that has been the vision across the world. We talk about sustainable development goals of United Nations. Wherever you go, the context is the same. So my thought process has been that the students have tremendous potential into converting or creating this Green India movement. And they have to, because see, our ancestors are part of Free India movement. Now India is a free country, but we have to free India from whatever unsustainable or climate change problems which we keep on listening to day and day, and we have been seeing them in form of whether the pandemic is there, or the air pollution in the country, water scarcity, and Pankaj Thakur Saab told about the cyclones because of the climate change. So it's everywhere. It's on the face. Students have to take on that responsibility. So we start with this, and it's a wonderful event. So our first speaker for the day is Inderdeep sir, and his topic is Building Sustainable India, a Viewpoint. Inderdeep ji, I will welcome you. And Inderdeep ji is from Faridabad, and I won't take long about his bio. He's been working on he's a GEM professional also, and he's repair and rehabilitation of structures is one of his priority working areas here, sir. I welcome you, Inderdeep ji. Please enlighten the students over here with all the works you do. Welcome to the event, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep ji. Thank you very much. Can I share my screen? Can you give me the rights, please? Can you give me the rights for the screen sharing, please?
It is with you, sir, now?
Yes, it is now with me. Just a minute. So, my screen is visible now?
Yes, sir. Can you make a full slide?
I will do it, sir. I'll do it. Just a minute.
Fine, sir.
Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll just start with this presentation. First of all, a very blessed morning to all of you. It has been a wonderful day, sunny day today. And nothing could be better than this, that in this sunny day we are talking of a word called sustainability. It's a wonderful word, and it has got its relevance for last 1 decade or so. And first of all, I would like to thank ASSOCHAM for giving me the opportunity to lay my thoughts on this subject. I thank Sandeep ji. Thank you, Neeraj ji, for allowing me to make my presentation. And total ASSOCHAM GEM team, because this movement which has been started, it's really a wonderful confluence, and it will give an insight into what we need to do to sustain our environment, to sustain our future generations. And by this presentation today, would just guide us how to move about and what are the basic tenets of sustainability, how we can achieve it, and how we can work on that. So moving forward on this, I will share a couple of pictures on the screen. If you can just see, these pictures, as I proceed, these pictures which you are seeing, they are a perfect example of nature's theory. Now, if I proceed on these pictures, if I ask you, you can relate to these pictures, I would get a various response. Yes, it could be in India, could be anywhere abroad. But when we see this picture, yes, everyone can relate to this. This is pictures of flash floods of 2013 in Uttarakhand. So these pictures are quite fresh in our memory. And what's important is that there was a huge loss of habitat and life in this calamity. So what could be the reason for this? Could be a man or nature behind this destruction? We analyze the possible reasons. Some would say it is an act of nature. Why? Because there was a heavy rainfall, a cloudburst, and definitely nature is responsible. But I have a different take to it. It is a man-made. Why? Because there have been unplanned constructions, rapid increase in roads, hotels, exponential growth in tourism. So before humans encroached on these places, there were adequate drain channels for the water to go down the hill. But because of our greed to cover more space, unplanned construction had taken place, and facing clear disregard to the runoff channels and the water drainage. And what has happened is, we can see the calamity what we have. We need to understand the world around is changing. We as a humans are behind this. Let's see this image on Google Earth of Mumbai. These two images can easily say the kind of expansion of Mumbai has taken up, reduction in natural green cover, and stress of the natural resources. Another image which I can relate is a 2002 Bellandur image, which is near Bangalore. And you can just see the kind of construction which we had in 2002 and a 2016 image. Amount of construction activities, amount of growth in encroachment on natural space. This has gone up. This current business model which we are facing is because of we want to grow at any cost. Now this has resulted in deterioration of economic activity and our environment. So what is the question? The question is that should there be no development? Should there be no increase in habitable spaces to cater to growing population? The answer simple is yes, development should be there. But we need a careful balance between nature and development. Now the construction what we take up, this construction should be a sustainable construction. That's where a word sustainable comes in. And as an architect, as an engineer, as building professionals, we have a huge responsibility in this regard. When we talk of sustainability, we need to know that it is that form of development that meets the need of the present which the comfort, the habitable spaces, that is important. But we need to also understand that we should not compromise the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs, which means that we need to maintain a delicate balance in the between our need to improve the lifestyle and well-being, and also preserving natural resources and ecosystems. That's most important. I am a proud member of Institution of Engineers India. It's the largest body of engineers professionals who have been striving hard towards sustainability's honor and endeavors. We completed 100 illustrious glorious years of nation building, and we are proud to be associated with ASSOCHAM in their mission of sustainable development. Our mission as Institution of Engineers is also growth of technical knowledge and capacity building through innovative approaches towards the cause of sustainable development. So, what I want to emphasize is that sustainability is now the key word of human development. That's important. We are also national member of various organizations, and we have been working on this mission of sustainability. So once we are talking of this, we need to understand that the construction industry is actually a bad boy industry. Yes. Why? Because if we check in the United Nations Global Status Report, the construction industry contributes over 36% of the global energy consumption and close to 40% of the carbon dioxide emissions. So that is the reason we need to improve our construction practices and methods so that we move towards a sustainable habitat. Of late, there has been very positive change in the construction perceptions, because earlier based on cost, time and quality paradigm, that has shifted and expanded towards healthy economy, social and cultural heritage and environmental quality. So that's a very good sign. And this new development paradigm, it focuses on economic resilience, improved quality of life, and ecological sustainability. Now, then what should we do as engineers, as architects, as urban planners? See, what should be our role in this new paradigm? We need to go back to our drawing board and our history books to take a lesson on how to design and construct buildings that strives to make a judicious use of resources in order to create a harmonious environment. That's most important. Now, if we are talking of sustainability, we need to understand certain principles of sustainable construction. Let's talk of some of the principles which are important, which can be incorporated. First of all is a sustainable site. The site design is most important. The sensitivity towards the environment is to ensure the protection of natural resources of the site, manage the storm water runoff at the site, harness the microclimate of the surroundings, and contribute to and reduce the contribution to the urban island heat island effect. And I believe that if this site planning is done sensibly, we save around 40 to 50% of the total project cost, which is incurred due to installation of equipment or maintenance. The other part is the materials which we use. We need to understand that we need to minimize the utilization of raw materials and optimize the embodied energy of the building materials. We should use strategies like recycling building materials, minimizing the use of high embodied energy materials, utilizing local materials. So this is a key strategy which can be incorporated in our projects so that we can go for a sustainable construction. Third important point is the energy. Yes, energy is most important and most crucial because we have a limited resources in hand, and it's very important that we, in order to ensure the comfort to the building occupants, we can adopt a strategy of integration of passive design strategies. Now, these strategies could include considering the solar movement. We can design our buildings, orientation of the building, ventilation, wind usages, creating meter shading of the buildings, and also creating one green space to the other. In fact, we had a wonderful session yesterday dedicated only to the passive measures. If anyone of you must have gone through that session yesterday at 11:30 was there, it was a wonderful session which gave insights to various passive measures which have been taken for this project. Next point important is the water supply. Water is life. And in this background, important is that first of all, we have to see that the required quantity of water as per LBC 2016 has to be supplied. But at the same time, more efforts be taken to reduce the landscape water demand, implement strategies to efficient use of water during construction, water harvesting, and the use of wastewater. So this is most important. Now, once we are talking about this, important is let's see certain example of a sustainable construction. This is most important. We have to correlate whatever principles which we discussed into an actual project, which has included these into this. This is the soothing habitat nestled in the lap of nature, without conflicting the site contours, and primarily based with locally available resources. This is a project, Great County Resort at Nashik. The pictures are courtesy Green Spaces, Mr. Tejas Chavan, who is into this, and he's been kind enough to give us certain insight on this project. This project is in Nashik, and there are 4 objectives with this project was designed. First was minimizing carbon footprint, minimizing resource wastage, maximizing use of reuse and recycling, and minimizing damage of nature. So let's understand a couple of various aspects of the sustainable construction in this business up to this project. First of all, as we discussed, the site. Now, this resort is located on the outskirts of Nashik in Sahyadri Hills. The location is a mountainous grade and it is situated in a valley. So it was a sloping ground and the structure was built without disturbing the contours and the natural landscape. And that is the first prerequisite of any sustainable construction. We need not disturb the contours and the site. We have to let it as it is. Second part is the building design. When we talk about building design, the picture which we see on the screen now, it is one of the rooms in the resort. You can see how airy and how full of light it is. The resort has used around 14% of the windows contribute to the carpet area. And this room is facing towards west. So that means that there is no direct sunlight, but a very good indirect lighting and ventilation. And that has reduced the need of air conditioning and also light and lighting during daytime. Next, we talk about the materials which have been used in the project. The project has used Godra bricks and then local stones. Local stones, which is black basalt stone, which is locally available in Nashik, that has been used. They use fire ash bricks and recycled wood they use. Now, in fact, Nashik has very many old houses, and the project salvaged and recycled old wood from these old houses and made furniture out of that. So important is that you are recycling the wood, recycling using the recycled products. Then they have used scrap metals, which they have got it from scrap dealers for railings, and also they have designed lighting with metal scrap. The thermal glass was used for weatherproofing, and also they have used lightweight paneled walls. When we talk about the water and energy conservation, they have used low flow fixtures, including faucets, which gave out 40% water, and low flow toilets also. And many were with built-in sensors. They have been incorporated in the product. As far as lighting is concerned, more than 90% of the lighting at the resort is LED light and fixture. Other green initiative is that approximately 40 to 50% of the resort is powered by 40 kilowatt green solar energy. Now this is the panel, the solar system panel is a dual axis solar system which follows the movement of the sun, and is the first one in Maharashtra which has been used in this project. When we talk about the kitchen water, water waste and grey water, being in hospitality industry, the water consumption of this resort is on the higher side. So all the kitchen water and grey water was filtered using root zone system rather than going for normal SPP. The root zone system has been designed on a slope with the gravity. The most important point is that 100% of the water is reused for the landscape requirement. When we talk about the garden waste, it goes into vermicompost, turns into natural manure, and it is again used for landscape. The kitchen waste, now it is sent to the biogas. The slurry from biogas is a manure. It is used for plantation and landscaping. They have their own biogas generation plant there in the site. And you can just see with rainwater harvesting, the project has saved around 14 crore liters of water with the tap through rainwater harvesting. And a good amount of rain is stored in the structure, and the resort uses this water for fishing, boating, and other activities for the occupants there. So what we are seeing on the screen is a green value, but how was it before the project was undertaken? This is the comparison of the Google images at 2012 and 2019. You can just see the impact of this project has made on the ground and also to the biodiversity. So what we are talking now is that understanding the sustainability principles, the design basis should be, it's important that we should work on 5R philosophy. That is refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and reinvent. Now it is our duty as engineers, as professionals, as architects, as students of architecture, we have to work towards innovation and use. We should use eco-friendly materials, and we should develop technologies close to the nature and reinvent our design and practices such as the world follows our example instead of us following the world. This mission of this sustainability conference, which is being organized by ASSOCHAM, basically vision is inspire, enable, and engage with society to achieve sustainable and affordable habitats. And it is imperative for all of us to showcase indigenous strategies, easy to implement solutions, which are not only sustainable, but also economically viable for the end users. And that way, we have a sustainable and affordable infrastructure for the masses. To conclude, I would have a couple of slides. As a GEM certified professional, I can say that GEM sustainability tool is just not a rating system. Yes, we often make a mistake to take it as a rating system. It is not. It is a philosophy and way of life, which we can apply to our lives as well. Why? Because the tool has been designed on Indian context, using our age-old techniques, which are time-tested and not copied from this. So the question is, how are you looking at it? Just as a tool to get some rating, mileage, publicity, or are you actually looking towards using GEM as a way of life? Quite frankly, we do not have much of choice. We are already at the end of our life, and whatever we do should be our way of life. एक शायर ने खूबसूरत कहा है, ये दरख्त कभी साए थे, ये दरख्त कभी साए थे, कभी हम साए थे, इन इमारतों ने ना जाने कितने परिंदों को बेघर कर दिया. We need to understand whatever design construction we do, we should only leave a positive impact on our biodiversity. Even today, we take examples of our heritage structures as examples of sustainable action. But have you ever thought as to what legacy are we going to hand over to our future generation? We need to give it a thought to it. Let's start thinking daily before it is too late. Because we just have one earth, and it is our responsibility to save it. I hope the session ahead will be very fruitful to all of us. And I thank the organizers for their time allotted. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Inderdeep ji. And it was a wonderful presentation, I would say, and you really kick-started the idea of where we have started this session with. Thank you, and wonderful again.
Thank you, sir.
So now we are handing over this earth to our fellow students. In that context, as in the introduction, as in my introduction talk, I have already talked about how the students are supposed to take this mission of sustainable India forward. We call upon our first student. She is Miss Anchal Chawla. She is student of Brick School of Built Environment, who has undergone our GEM certificate training program, as well she is certified GEM professional. So if Anchal can come up and share her ideas or her viewpoints. Welcome, Anchal, please.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Team building professional and currently a postgraduate MBA student at RIC School of Built Environment. I'm an architect by profession, and it was my project on designing a sustainable hospital that triggered me to know more about the sustainable practices. So while I was working on that project, I wanted to design a net zero building, which was a buzzword those days. So but I soon realized that there was some gap between my conceptual understanding and how to implement, practically implement those concepts into practice. So I started researching more into it, and then I decided to take up some training programs to get a better insight. So that is when I came across ASSOCHAM's GEM certification program. So I took my training last year, and it was a great learning experience for me. The program gave me a very different insight, yet a very simple and holistic approach towards sustainability. The design of the program was such that I could easily visualize everything, that how to implement sustainability right from the conceptualization and design phase to the construction and operational phases of the building. So the best part about this program was I could easily understand sustainability from the perspective of the entire life cycle of a project. So as an architect also, what stopped me was my misconception that designing a sustainable building would have some, huge cost associated with it. But post the program, I realized that it is quite simpler and easily doable through a thoughtful design, which if we follow certain guidelines and certain principles. So even GEM has its own comprehensive guide, which is like a checklist for all the designers, that if we follow it, we can ensure maximum efficiency in a building. So my aim now is, during my post-graduation, I am making some constant efforts to encourage students to take up such programs which can, benefit us and which can help us create more sustainable buildings and greener environment in future. So to conclude, I would say my idea of sustainability is that sustainability is our trigger towards innovation, not just in the construction sector, but in every other sector. So I hope that we can integrate such programs more into our curriculums to encourage students know more about sustainability. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Anchal. Thank you. It's wonderful to hear from you. And next student we'll be hearing from is student from Manipal University, Jaipur, Mr. Abhishek Bhatia. Abhishek, if you can, please.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Abhishek Bhatia. I'm a final year mechanical engineering student from Manipal University, Jaipur. My journey in sustainability started roughly an year and a half ago. I had opted for an elective subject in for my upcoming semester at the time, which was a green building rating system subject. At the time, with a view that it would help my interest, which was in HVAC at the time. However, over the course of the subject, I realized that I began to truly understand and appreciate the concepts and the ideas behind the green buildings. I was amazed to learn that how significantly buildings impact the environment, contributing 1/3 of the global greenhouse gases, as well as other environmental concerns, water being one of them. So inspired by low flow fixtures, which is a green building practice for water conservation, I also got involved in a project with 2 other team members to fabricate an atomizer, which would be an evolution of aerators and would cut down the flow rate of water by 95%. And around the same time, the COVID-19 lockdown happened, and it is then I got the opportunity to attend a few webinars and online training programs. ASSOCHAM GEM also did a training program with my university, where Green India movement was also mentioned as a subject there, and that's where I got to know about GEM CP exam and a basic understanding of how I need to train and prepare, which I intend to give soon. And these webinars and educational programs, how they helped me was they helped me get a peek into the industry. They helped me understand the dynamics of the industry, and there was a lot of technical knowledge shared. I came to know a lot of things that I did not know were in place before. And at the same time, apart from technical knowledge, it was quite motivating to connect with industry professionals, to listen to them and get inspiration from them to further pursue a career in this field. So I'm quite thankful for the opportunities that were created, and ASSOCHAM also did quite a few webinars in the last few months. I attended a few of them, and every time it has been quite informative, and my peers also, since it was organized in my university also. So my peers, who some of them who knew very little about green buildings or sustainability, have also been motivated to join in the movement and pursue and consider a career in sustainability. Lastly, I'm quite thankful of the opportunities that were created. It also helped me pick a project and an internship in the field. And so I would hope so that opportunities for our students will continue in future. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you. It's wonderful to hear from you. We at ASSOCHAM GEMS consider students and technical universities as one of our important stakeholders, and we have been going through a GEM University program. We have a monthly training program which is absolutely without pro bono, without any charges on students, to train students and prepare them to take ASSOCHAM CPA, certified professional exams. And also lots of industry workshops keep on happening. In the same context, I will invite Neetu ji as our next speaker. Neetu ji is women entrepreneur from Baroda, managing director of Panache Green Tech Solutions Private Limited, and she works on cool roofs. Her topic for today is how to lower down the temperatures without using of refrigeration or air conditioning. Please welcome Neetu ji.
Good morning, friends. It's my pleasure to be part of ASSOCHAM and GEM, and I feel very privileged to share this session and be on platform with all the speakers and dignitaries here. I would like to have focus and your concern in various areas where we can exactly work on the root cause of the problems. So can I share my PPT? Is it visible, sir? My screen is visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So friends, like, I heartily welcome you, and I'm from Panache, as Sandeep ji said, and I'm trying to just convey how we can have thermal comfort without AC also, and how cool roof can be a viable approach. So Panache is moving ahead, like, poised to create cool green cities, and this cool roof is part of that. So we all are facing a lot of challenges these days, and coronavirus, lockdown, mask, and all these things are a challenge. But what is the next challenge, or the challenge we are not much aware of? That is the global warming, climate change. And this challenge is with no vaccine. We don't have any vaccine that can cure this, but only our awareness is there that can actually cure us. The concern in front of us are many: save water, reduce heat, reduce pollution, reduce waste, and many more. But what's the way ahead? The increasing temperature is one of the most important concerns, which exactly is there in front of us. And the IPCC, Indian Panel of Climate Change, says that 0.5 degree increase in temperature also can cause a lot of climatic threats. And we are also facing that. The storms, the cyclones, unseasonal rains, all these things are the consequences of this increasing temperature. If we talk about India, it is going to see 200-fold increase in deaths due to the heat waves. So this heat is going to rise and it is going to stay back. And based on the current GHG emissions, it has been predicted that India's average temperature will rise by almost 4.4 degrees centigrade by 2100. And the frequency of the summer heat waves is going to increase by 2 to 3 times. And the duration of these heat waves is expected to be double. We are already seeing that the summer season is now much longer than it used to be. And according to WHO, there will be more claims of deaths, mortality on the annual basis. The heat-related mortalities are of two types. One is like when directly heat wave is there and mortality is there. But due to the heat wave and the climate change, the incidences of health impacts are many and mortality rate is increases because of that also. These heat waves are causing a lot of thermal environmental distress, and that leads to health impacts, cardiovascular mortality, respiratory mortality, and other health impacts also. One major consequence is the heat stress leads to the crime rates also, and we are not taking we are not taking that count. But the heat distress is creating a lot of crime rates and quarrel rates also. Because in every city we'll see that 25 to 30% people are living into metal sheets, and metal sheets get too much hot, and that leads to a lot of heat distress and frustration. But exactly what is the cause of heat? Why this heat is caused? So my objective is to bring your concern towards the root cause. We are all working towards to have very efficient ACs, equipments, everything like renewable energy. We are trying to have renewable energy, solar panels. So everything is there that heat is produced, and then how we can reduce the impact. But have we taken a concern like why heat is increasing? What is the cause of heat? To understand that, we need to see that in India, and especially the hot countries, maximum time the solar hotspots are there, and a lot of temperature is there because of the increasing summer frequency, and the maximum portion of the India is exposed to major solar gain. Another reason is urbanization is taking place, and we all know that almost 50% of the world population is residing in urban centers, and urbanization is taking place. The urbanization is actually leading to the concrete jungles. But what happens to the concrete jungles? Like, though construction is being made, but how does it has a relation with the heat generation? So to understand that, we actually see this solar power distribution, the radiation that is coming from sun. So we know that sun is shining all the time. In India especially, we have more of solar radiations. So this is the radiation that is coming from sun. And we see that it contains maximum 3 types of radiation. One is UV radiation, another is visible spectrum. This bright green portion you can see, it is visible spectrum. And another remaining, the major portion of any of the solar power radiation is the IR spectrum, infrared spectrum. Ideally, if we go into the analysis, we see that visible spectrum help us to identify colors. We all know सन की जो रेडिएशन है वो हमें कलर को उसमें 7 कलर के शेड्स होते हैं. Vibgyor is there and it helps us to identify the color. But what does this IR radiation do? That is the major portion of the solar radiation. These radiations strike any surface and the radiation energy converts into heat energy. This is the basic root cause of heat generation. The IR radiation coming from sun strikes any surface and the radiation energy converts into heat energy. And because of this, any concrete jungle or any surface or any substrate exposed to sun gets heated up. And this is not the stoppage here. Another problem is the surface gets heated up to the temperature more than the atmospheric temperature. For example, the temperature of the atmosphere is 40 degrees centigrade वी आर सीइंग 40 डिग्री समर में हो गया है, 48 डिग्री समर में हो गया है, बट जो हमारा जो भी स्ट्रक्चर सन को एक्सपोज है वो आप लेजर गन से पाएंगे कि उसका टेम्परेचर मोर देन 40 मिलेगा आपको हमेशा. इट विल बी टूवर्ड्स 60 to 80 के बीच में मिलेगा. If it is a concrete surface, the temperature will go up to 70 degree in the peak summer time. If it is a metal surface, it will go to the 80 degree centigrade. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि जब आप धूप के अंदर छत पे चलना चाहते तो आप नंगे पैर नहीं चल सकते, बिकॉज उसका टेम्परेचर 40 से कहीं ऊपर हो गया है. So what is happening? This concrete jungle is becoming very heated up. And because of that, our roof and walls and any construction or asphalt roads, everything is getting heated up to the higher temperature. And this exactly leads to the elevated temperature. And this heated structure emits the heat into the atmosphere. And because of that, the heat ingress is also more indoors. So what is there? Heat is generated. And then we are doing many other things to reduce this impact of heat. So we are using ACs, we are using inverter ACs, we are using 5-star ACs, we are having solar panels. So what all these things are doing? These things are combating the increased temperature that is there. So roof and walls get heated up, the increased surface temperature is heating up. Heat ingress is increased, the emission of heat in the atmosphere increase. This also increases the rate of expansion and contraction of any of the construction. And that actually is leading to the crack development and the water leakage as well, and deterioration of the buildings. So main culprit, the starting point is the heat generated that is there on the building envelope. We have many impacts of heat. Food-related infections are there, agriculture crops get deteriorated, water-related infections are there, wildfires, the forest fires is there because of the heat impact. Extreme temperatures, mosquito, tick-borne infections, extreme weather events, mental health and well-being is one of the major impact that we are not considering that much, but that is due to the heat impact. The outdoor air quality. And this again is leading to the urban heat island effect also. So what's the urban heat island effect? We have been listening to this urban heat island effect बढ़ रहा है, but क्या एटमॉस्फेरिक टेम्परेचर से, एयर टेम्परेचर की से भी ज्यादा जो हमारा कंस्ट्रक्टेड एरिया है, जब वो ज्यादा गर्म हो जाता है और वो गर्म ही एटमॉस्फेयर में डालने लगता है, तो दिस इंक्रीज इन टेम्परेचर विद इन अर्बन एरियाज इज नोन एज अर्बन हीट आइलैंड इफेक्ट. एंड इसके अंदर इस अर्बन आइलैंड हीट को इफेक्ट को रिड्यूस करने के लिए दो ही तरीके हैं कि या तो आप जो हीट एमिट हो रही है एटमॉस्फेयर में आप उसको रिड्यूस करें, या वहां पे आप उसको रिड्यूस करें. अब उसके भी आप लिमिटेड मेजर्स हैं जो आप एटमॉस्फेरिक टेम्परेचर को रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. So urban heat island effect is due to the urbanization, dense population, concrete jungles, asphalt roads, small sky view factors, deforestation, lesser vegetation, use of low reflectivity and low emissive materials, human-induced air pollution. So these are the factors that is causing to the urban heat island effect, and this is again related to the GHG emissions and all. If we see about the typical energy consumption patterns in building, we see that the maximum portion used by building is by the consumption of AC. So why AC is more used? Because our roof and walls are getting heated up. The major heat ingress is from roof and walls, and that is why our buildings are getting heated up and we have to use more AC. And if we see building envelope contributes the most if we control the heat generation at the building envelope. So we can exactly have energy efficiency also and thermal comfort also. With time, we are expecting that the demand of air conditioner is going to rise. Air coolers and fan also see an increase in 130 million and 735 million respectively increase. And nowadays, in this era of coronavirus, it's been said that we should use AC also with concern. we have to use more of, and nowadays I'm seeing that after using AC also people are keeping their windows open because they want proper circulation. And with 27-30 degrees centigrade also we need to feel comfortable. So how to manage this heat distress? So for UHI mitigation and for thermal comfort, what's the first step? We should stop heat generation. We should reduce the energy demand. We should increase heat load and then regenerate the renewable energy. What should we do? We have various strategies to mitigate this in the buildings. But what has to be first step? When we talk about insulation, what insulation is doing? It is reducing the transmittance of heat generated by the heated building envelope. Our roofs and walls are getting first heated up and then we are reducing the transmittance. So should we go with that module, and that should be the first step, or the step should be to stop heating of the roof and walls. Less heat is generated to be transmitted indoors and less heat is emitted in the atmosphere. So we need to think on that. And here comes the role of cool roof. So cool roof is the first step and most economic and adaptable strategy that gives you increase in reflectance, increase in emittance, and increase in temperature difference, increase economic benefits, and increase solar reflective index. So cool roof is the strategy that reduces the heat generation at the source itself. But how? We'll see this. Panache is coming with this technology. So we saw this graph before also. We saw that these IR radiation are generating heat. But what does cool roof do? Cool roof is any substrate or any coating that has high reflectivity and high emissivity. So what does high reflectivity mean? High reflectivity means that the radiation, the IR radiations, those were generating heat, those were converting into heat energy are being reflected back as such and are not being absorbed by the building. Once it is not absorbed, once it is not converting into heat energy, heat is not generated at the substrate itself. So your roof and walls don't get heated up. This is a practical proven technology with many case studies that after applying these IR reflective coatings, the temperature drop down of the substrate is there. That means your roof is not getting heated up more than the atmospheric temperature. For example, the temperature of atmosphere is 40. In cement surface and concrete surface, we'll see that the temperature don't go above than 50. That is, means 20 degree of drop down of temperature is there in the peak summer. And with various case studies, it has been observed in concrete surface, the temperature drop down of the substrate is between 15 to 20 degrees centigrade, and in metal, the drop down of temperature of the substrate is between 15 to 20, 22, 25 also in the peak summer time. So substrate temperature drops down drastically, and because of that, the heat ingress is less, the transmittance of heat is less, and the use of the impact of insulation means like initially you were requiring 2-inch insulation, now you can actually go with a 1-inch insulation also, just to reduce the heat or cold transmittance and to preserve the AC impact. So when we reduce the substrate temperature, the heat ingress indoors is reduced, the heat emittance in the atmosphere is also reduced, because when the temperature of the substrate is low, the wind touching the substrate is not carrying heat with it, and the intensity of heat will be less in the atmosphere, and that is leading to the cool atmosphere. Another is it is a coating or a substrate having high emissivity. High emissivity is a factor that reduces, that cool downs the substrate very fast. Every substrate has a tendency to absorb the heat and then throw out the heat itself. So these cool roof coatings or any other module for cool roof has high reflectivity and high emissivity. That means first is it doesn't get heated up fast. Second is, if it gets heated up, it cools down fast. So your building remains cool for longer duration. What's the difference between normal paint and a reflective paint? So if we see this graph, we see that the cooling paint has reflectance in the IR spectrum also, but normal paint will not have reflectivity in the IR spectrum. So this is the major criteria. And the other parameters are the performance based, that it should have lightweight, good reflectivity, low maintenance, durable, provide thermal insulation and fire resistance. And if we see, the cool roof is actually giving all the benefits. It is giving health benefits, energy saving, building cooling, city cooling. And this is the technology actually contributes to the global cooling also. It is having low maintenance and compatibility. So the benefits, if we see about cool roof, the first is it provides you thermal comfort without AC, the required optimal thermal comfort. It has the potential to reduce the city temperature by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade if installed and adopted widespread. It reduces the substrate temperature by cement substrate by 18 to 20 degrees centigrade, metal substrate by 20 to 25 degrees centigrade. But the ambient temperature that will give you impact on the AC consumption is between 4 to 8 degrees centigrade, and that depends on various factors. And we have a case study wherein 4 degree temperature drop down has been observed by Taru organization. And ASSOCHAM by thumb rule says that if 1 degree centigrade is reduced, we directly get 6% of electricity saving. So if minimum 4 degree is reduced, then it directly gives you 24% of energy saving if it is centrally AC area. It gives you electricity saving, increases thermal comfort, increases solar cell efficiency. So we have a case study. If we apply these coating and then we install solar panels, the efficiency of solar panel is also increased. It reduces the GHG emissions, contributes to reduce CO2 emissions, effective on all type of substrates and materials. It reduces the recovery process loss. It also increases health benefits and reduce heat stress. If we talk in the terms of climate change, it delays global warming. Only 1,000 square feet of roof that is having high reflectivity and high emissivity gives combustion of 10 tons of carbon dioxide offset. And this is the research data, it's not my data. Cooling effect is equivalent to reducing green gas emissions by 2.2 billion metric tons annually. And thus, we can have reduced city temperature by having widespread installation of these cool roofs. It also helps to decrease 1 to 2 degree in the UHI effect would lead to a drastic decrease in air pollution concentration. Now, to see exactly how these cool roofs look like. So, the cool roof that has global cooling potential. So, on cement surface, it looks like this. On metal surface, it looks like this. But which cool roof is a better cool roof? So, there are two modes. One is economic mode, in which only single component paint-like coating is there, that is elastomeric nature. It gives you average temperature benefits, but life of only 2 to 3 degrees, 2 to 3 years. Because it is a single component in elastomeric, it can have a cut, it can have bubbling effect, and it can be washed out. But we at Panache has developed a sustainable performing technology of Cool Tops Premium, in which we have first anchoring coat of primer, that is Cool Guard, that gives a very strong bonding with the substrate, and then it gives you a very good reflectivity because it is having different mesh size particles in it. Then we have an elastomeric layer that gives a balance between elasticity and anchoring, and then a transparent layer that gives you anti-carbonation effect, anti-algal effect, anti-dust effect. So your cool roof remains white for long life. And we feel proud to say that we have established reference of Cool Roof Premium with life of 8 to 10 years also. And you can see this slightly shining roof surface. So this is with that protective coat that resists water penetration, reduces dirt pickup, prevents yellowing of the roof, increases cool roof life, and gives light sheen. These are various sites wherein like it can be applied on any type of material, any type of metal sheet, pre-coated and uncoated sheet. And this is the temperature difference during the raining season. So this is again, it gives a very good thermal comfort with combination of these ventilators also. This is a smart city project, as I said, that we believe and we visualize to create cool green cities. So we want to work wherein like microclimate impact can be given at a city level. So this is a Warangal Smart City project wherein like they have taken and have a draft policy to cover almost 300 kilometers by 2025, and this is the first step wherein in Warangal Smart City we are covering almost more than 5 lakh square feet area and to give an impact on climate change. This is our IGBC Hyderabad headquarters wherein like bifacial solar cells have been used, and we have done cool roof coating with the premium technology. And this shows that 15 to 25% additional bifacial gain was there. Means सोलर पैनल अगर आप लगाते हैं और उसके नीचे अगर ये कोटिंग लगाते हैं तो सोलर सेल्स की एफिशिएंसी इंक्रीज होती है, और यहाँ पे उनके जो इंक्रीज है बाईफेशियल गेन वो एलिवेशन 1.5 मीटर एंड हाई एसआरआर पेंट लगाने की वजह से दे गॉट द हायर एफिशिएंसी. दिस इज अ लाइव एग्जांपल जहाँ पे चेन्नई में हाई एसआरआर पेंट लगाया था एंड 10 मंथ्स के अंदर पे बैक पीरियड मिला है. So the payback is also very fast. This is a live example wherein स्पेन के अंदर अल्मीरिया एक सिटी है जहाँ पे वाइड स्प्रेड इंस्टॉलेशन ऑफ कूल रूफ लगाया गया है और वहाँ पे they have seen the reduction in temperature at the city level. This is again an example in Greece where temperature reduction has been observed. सैटेलाइट इमेज अगर देखें तो कुछ इस तरह से दिखता है. ग्रे एंड ब्लैक रूफ जो है वो हीट एमिट करती हैं, जो व्हाइट रूफ है, जो कूल रूफ है जिसकी रिफ्लेक्टिविटी हाई है, जिसकी एमिसिविटी हाई है, वो आपको कूलिंग देती है. ये एक हमारा एनजीओ का प्रोजेक्ट है ब्रैक के अंदर. वहां पे अगर आप स्लम्स देखेंगे तो ज्यादातर स्लम्स बहुत डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड होते हैं, मेटल स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं, एंड यहाँ पे हमें फीडबैक ऐसा मिला कि जो हीट है वो मिडनाइट तक एमिट होती रहती है और जिसकी वजह से हेल्थ इश्यूज बहुत सारे होते हैं, फ्रस्ट्रेशन होती है, एंड जो माल न्यूट्रिशन है दैट इज ऑल्सो बीइंग ट्रिगर्ड बिकॉज एपेटाइट लॉस इज देयर. And this is a Healthify Slum project of our CSR initiation GCGC Foundation that we could increase their thermal comfort without AC also. ये सब प्रोग्राम्स है जैसे जो मैंने आपको बताया कि what is a good cool roof. Good cool roof is that is having high reflectivity and high emissivity. So the ratio of these two is called SRI. जैसे इंसुलेशन में मेजरिंग होता है R वैल्यू, कूल रूफ का मेजर होता है SRI वैल्यू. सो सभी प्रोग्राम्स ने ऑल डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम्स हैव टोल्ड व्हाट SRI फैक्टर शुड बी देयर. सो सम हैज सेड 75, some has said 82, but we believe and practical applications that it should be more than 100 when we apply the installation, because after some time the reduction in reflectivity is there. So we had seen reflectivity of 65 to 70 after 4 to 5 years also. So after cool tops application of art, exactly we can have the same impact after 4 years, 5 years also. We know exactly all the bodies have, yeah. Bodies have
request for early conclusion because we might be.
Yeah, it's almost done. So to have an authentic cool roof, it has to be GEM certified, Green Pro certified, and the certification should be proper. And on the similar technology, cool wall paints are also there. These can be of pastel shades. The technology is the same, but it gives a different type of reflectivity, and your building shows a different type of shade in different time of the day. So that is the quality of these reflective paints on the walls. Another is on driveways and roads and pavements also, reflective coatings are there that reduces the heating of the asphalt area and pavements. So again, the same technology and the same certifications needs to be there. And along with cooling, the simple technology can use waterproofing also by use of fabric reinforced membrane. So this is the completion of my project, and I have the journey of almost 10 years, and now we are member of CRRC Council also, and we are representing Urban Heat Island Group also. That is an initiative of US Department of Energy and participated in research project. The credentials I'm sharing so that a cool roof technology that has well proven can have a good adaptability. And this has been awarded by CIA and IDEC also. And Asian Paints again is our client, and Warangal Smart City and many other projects are there. And my message to students is this, that they should have an approach wherein they can work at the root cause whenever any issue is there, whenever a problem is there, and they should exactly look towards innovation. It's not any one strategy, but holistic approach is required, and they should see that how innovation can be taken out from a simple approach also. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nitaji, and I believe it's quite insightful for the students also to know about the new technologies. So coming up with our next student is from the Albag Educational Institute, Agra. She's a civil engineering student and she's an accredited professional also. Muskan, would like to hear from you. Thank you.
Here's a fact for you. India is the first largest producer of milk, jute and pulses. Now here's another fact. India is the world's third largest producer of CO2 emissions after China and the US. 40% out of which alone is contributed by the construction industry. Hello everyone, this is Muskan Kapoor, a certified GEM professional and a final year undergrad student of civil engineering from the Albag Educational Institute, situated in the city of Taj. While I was meticulously through 2 years of my undergrad, I was disillusioned by the constant drill of taking tests for a good grade, attending classes and lectures, and trying to submit assignments before deadlines. However, I couldn't see my future where I would feel satisfied with my work. There was this missing sense of responsibility. So it was yet another day during my third year of engineering when I was trying to cope up with the summer heat of Agra, and a lecture in which my professor mentioned as to how proud he was that our college had a net zero emissions energy building. I was, for the very first time in 3 years, I was so intrigued in an official lecture hour. In fact, I was so intrigued that that is all I read about for the next few days, every spare moment. So I threw myself into researching, trying to explore certifications on green building, taking workshops, and exploring more about sustainable development. And it was through conventions like these that I finally got my breakthrough idea as to how I could contribute in this movement, that I felt a strong need to be part of this movement. And I finally got my breakthrough idea as to how I could contribute, play my part in making this world a better place to live. So I have always been taught by my mother that there's no use to your education if you're not able to give back to your society, to the environment, and utmost to your country. So, no two people have the same story to tell when it comes to finding your true calling. I believe that it's a unique journey. This has been mine so far. I hope you find yours. And I'll now sign off by saying a noteworthy quote by Buckminster Fuller. That is, the best way to predict the future is to design it. Thank you all for listening. All the very best.
Thank you, Muskan, and I'd like to add design green and construct green. And we are so proud to have ambassadors, green ambassadors like you from our CGM ASSOCHAM student fraternity.
Thank you so much, sir.
And next student who will be presenting is architect Vaibhav Sharma from NIT Hamirpur. Please, Vaibhav, if you can come up.
Hello everybody, I'm audible. Good morning everybody, I am Vaibhav Sharma, an architect and currently pursuing Masters in Architecture in Sustainable Architecture from NIT Hamirpur. And I am very much inspired by the lines of Mr. M.K. Gandhi. It's be the change you want to see in the world. So my journey towards sustainability starts from my graduation program, where we were continuously taught by our faculties the importance of climate responsive architecture, green architecture, and smart buildings. In the context of modern world. But as a student, we use these concepts just to garnishing our design studios projects without having an in-depth understanding of the fact. So it was then I started exploring the field of sustainable architecture through various workshops and certification programs. Personally, I found this lockdown the best time to explore how different buildings fit in the urban fabric. This research helped me a lot in moving towards my goal. When I came across JAM ASSOCHAM, I have attended multiple webinars conducted by the team, which were informative and helped me to streamline my thoughts to pursue masters in the same field. I have recommended ASSOCHAMs to all my friends, and one of whom is successfully cleared the JAM CP exams, as it aligns with my long-term goals, not only in the field of architecture but also in the life. At last, I would like to conclude my whole journey of sustainability by one line. It's like, for me, sustainability is not just a theoretical concept. It's a whole lifestyle which one should have to adopt. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you again. And we wish you all the best in times to come, and wish you to inspire lots of students also for this. So next speaker, we are running short of the time, so we have to be very fast now. So next speaker of the day is Kanchana, and she is from Sri Lanka, doing good work in India. She is founder president Eco-Friendly Volunteers Eco5 Sri Lanka. So in lots of my seminars, I keep on talking about micro to macro to the students. When I meet lots of students, I keep on telling them that it's no fun going for the design of bigger projects. You can't be sustainable in the small activities you do in your institute. And I have learned this from Ms. Kanchana in few of the interactions I had with her. I welcome Kanchana ji for your talk for our students. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sandeep. And I think this is my second time program, so it's really happy to be with you all. And now I'm is it visible, Sandeep?
No, it's not. You are unable to present. If you can switch off your video and do the presentation, start your presentation.
Okay.
Please switch off your video.
Okay.
Switch off your video and then start your presentation, please.
I switched off the video.
Yeah. Now click on share button and then open your PPT.
You can switch off your video. the presentation, start your presentation. Please switch off your
Yes, I have said.
Click on share button. Click on share button and then some windows will open and then open your PPT. Click on your PPT.
I did as we did.
Karan, please take the control back and then again give the control to madam. Yeah. Again give the control. Click on share button. Click on share button and then windows will open and then open your PPT. Now you have the right. Click on share button.
I did as we did.
Yeah, it is showing now.
Yep.
Karan, please take the control back and then again give the control to madam. Make full screen. Yeah. Done. Okay. Go ahead.
Right. So it was, I think some of my ideas were shared by some of the speakers and students also, but I would like to highlight here my presentation as individual responsibility. I know we all are educated forum here, but sometimes I find that people are really educated, but sometimes in application of this education or awareness is not find very commonly. So what my point here today is, are we conscious enough in everything we do in our daily life as individual person or as a family or as a group? Because as one student mentioned, Gandhiji had mentioned, you have to be the change. If you want to see the change, you have to be that change. So in that way, we work very hard. And this slide, I got this picture from the internet. And you know these icons. This is what I refer as consumerism. And I'm not going to tell these names, but you know it very well. We work very hard. We buy very, very luxurious things. And of course, we consume so much of stuff and we die very fast without doing a much change to the world, actually a positive change. So when we talk about sustainability, and I hear always that we are talking about 3 pillars, that is social, environmental, and economical. But what I am highlighting here is the main pillar, which is very needed, is missing most of the time. That is the spirituality or the responsibility. If you a single person with lot of spirituality and also responsibility towards everything around you is making a difference. So in this picture, if you see this, the man is not on the top, or the woman or human is not on the top. And as we all are facing this pandemic, we know how powerful the virus is. So are we conscious enough that the rights of the virus and what it is doing to us and stopping all our activities? So this is the best time to think about it and think about our responsibility or think about our spirituality towards the society. Because the world's large aim has given us so many goals to achieve before 2030. So rather than talking those big pictures with the innovations or with the solutions we have, I like to take the student's mind to think about your own responsibilities, the individual change you can bring to achieve these goals. I think my opinion that you have to start this thinking within you. Get rid of your ego and don't think that you are superior to anyone else. Respect the virus, respect the bacteria, and respect the unseen creatures of this world. And that pyramid, you are not on the top of that pyramid. You are somewhere in this eco-centric thinking. So if you can get rid of your ego and bring back your eco-centric thinking, as shown is in this circular diagram, we all are equal. We all need everybody's help. We are interconnected because when we were in this world, even before we were born to this world, Mother Nature was nourishing us inside our mother's tummy And Mother Nature is the common mother for every child born into this world. So if we forget this, we are no more. Because everything we consume, even we were born, that is what we have to protect. That is what we have to bring back the sustainability into. Because otherwise we are destroying ourselves. So how should we live? We have to minimize our weight on the planet. And we have to get the proper education on issues, global issues, climate change, what is sustainability. But education is not enough, my dear students. We have to be aware of our actions and become conscious. And of course, we have to take action. So as the last part of my presentation, I'm taking 2 examples from my own life, because I can talk about my personal experience more than anyone else. I have been carrying this tote kit, my own water bottles, my own tote bags, my own cutlery kit throughout my life of 20 years of this sustainability journey. And I'm very proud to say wherever I go, I don't go without this kit. It is in my handbag, or I have kept so much of these items in our car or somewhere else. And my kids are following the same. So that is what I call conscious consumerism. The first action as an individual, we have to start eco practices and go green and become conscious consumer. Because 20 years without waste, my life is a very wonderful journey. And I have not contributed any waste to the municipal councils in Sri Lanka or in here Delhi, because I can proudly say, therefore, I have not contributed for this crime, mixed waste. I manage my own waste, and I have not contributed these kind of crimes. So that is proudly we can say as a family, because 20 years is a long life, a long journey in our lives, and we have not given our waste as a mixed waste to the municipal council. And these cutleries floating in the ocean is definitely not ours, because we have not used them. And this straw inside this circle is not my fault, because I have not used any plastic straws. Even accidentally, if I used it, I have given a good solution for such, because I never dump into a dustbin or proper waste place. So are we thinking enough of others? And that's my point today. As the second action, one speaker mentioned 5 hours. In our lives, we are preaching for 10 hours. So 10 hours is starting with rejecting and then refuse. So reject is that we never use that. Refuse is sometimes we use, but most of the time we refuse. And in that way, we can reduce, and we use, reuse, repair, and replace. Of course, we recycle. And we have this thing, rethink. Eco-bricks is one example. I will talk about it. And remember to repeat all these actions every single second of your life. Unless you practice these green thinking, you are not a conscious consumer. So becoming a conscious consumer is becoming a responsible civilian in the world. So zero waste lifestyle for 20 years is both of my individual responsibility and as a mother, my family responsibility. Waste is a resource, so we have to consume carefully. We must minimize waste, because generating waste is a crime. And we have to sort out, we have to recycle, upcycle. Upcycling is the eco-brick I'm always talking about, because there are 2 theories. Some say it is not good, but I can explain another forum. This is not the forum to explain. But eco-bricks are the best solution I came across so far to minimize, manage the non-recyclable plastic items. And of course, composting. So this is the composting. I live in an apartment and I have my own terrace garden and the container garden. So I have never given a single vegetable leftover to municipal councils, and I have managed making compost, and I am growing my own organic soil, and I'm growing my own organic vegetables. So making on soil is a spiritual effort. That's the first pillar of sustainability, spiritual sustainability. And of course, no poison on soil, which means no poison on harvest. So that is the environmental sustainability. And of course, healthy sale. In Sri Lanka, we sell our excess food to other people. So that is economical sustainability and healthy community. Of course, that is also the spirituality, and individual responsibility is the happiness. So last slide is this. We have to understand the NR mantra. Reject. You can reject straws, styrofoam, plastic bottles, fizzy drinks, plastic wrappers, synthetic clothes, chemicals. All these things we have rejected from our lives. So we can really get rid of those things, and it is individual action. It is up to you to think what are the rejected items. If you carry bags, straws, wrappers, reduce. You have to reduce wrappers, and I have seen in the Diwalis, so many people give me gift here as beautiful friends, but they come with so much stuff, and I get my pay. Have the gift, but not the reduce and refuse if possible. Online even we have to reduce, and detergents and soap. All these things are reuse, of course. Do that thing and repeat all above activities. So this is the message I really want to do for the younger generation. If you wish to create change, become a working gear, and then others you touch will also begin to move. This is said by Robert Parker, and that is how we have to make the change. You have to live with the change. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kanchana ji. Inspiring as always for the students and for all community. And I would thank Sri Lankan government to have posted your husband here in Delhi so that you can keep on the good work you are doing here for our country.
Thank
now,
you.
Next we can have one of our new another student ambassadors, Nimisha Negi. She is alumni of IP University. She was student of Vastu Kala College of Architecture, and she joined. So Nimisha can come up, please. Yeah, please, Nimisha.
Hi everyone, I'm Nimisha Negi. I'm an architect, and last year only I completed my architecture. And I'm really thankful to ASSOCHAM for creating this amazing speaking sessions with us. And so for me, I am to live and work consciously for some years now. And for me, sustainability is living consciously, making a conscious choice each day in terms of living and working, and having a sensitivity towards climate change and accepting that we actually are causing great damage to the environment. Because most of us are in denial and we're not ready to act towards it. So for me, sustainability starts right at home. I have seen my father doing composting for 4 years now, and I'm happy to share that today we are able to segregate the waste, dry and wet waste, and we're not letting our waste go out of our home today. So all these teachings have made me realize what I am doing in my industry as architect. So because I understood building has a huge carbon footprint and it disturbs the ecology around it. So making the conscious decision in terms of materials, in terms of techniques, as Indrajit sir also shared with us, having those minute understanding and about the material is the crucial step, I think. And as a younger generation, I would request all the students and professionals to be conscious of what we are using. So since last year, I am exposing myself in natural materials like bamboo, natural finishes like lime, and using mud also as a stabilizer. So my journey has started, and I'm really excited to contribute towards the environment. And GEM also has given a great, GEM has been a great platform, and I'm a professional now in GEM, and it has given me a good understanding about green building design, which I always needed. So I am really thankful for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Nimisha. And our next student speaker is Srijani Das from Calcutta. Please, Sujani, if you can come up with your experience.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Hello everyone, I am Srijani Dash, currently pursuing BTech in Electrical Engineering from IEM Kolkata, and my journey started when I took a membership in ISRE. From there, I started learning about HVAC designing. For HVAC designing, we always try to find the best output for the given input. The best is very important here because best doesn't mean the best for us only. We can't put our environment in discomfort for our comfort. So to know more about green building, then I took a course and I found it very fascinating, but at the same time very disheartening to know how the climate is changing. And sustainability is a global thing. That means anyone doing something wrong in one corner will affect the person sitting in the farthest corner of this planet. So like anyone drinking water from plastic bottle, though it should not be used, but still, as per expert recommendation, we should change it once in 4 weeks. That means 1 bottle per month and 12 bottles per year. And if there are 4 members in the family, then 48 bottles per year from one family only. So we have to be sensible. At least if it is not possible to cut out the use of plastic bottles totally, at least we can separate it for recycling. So being sensible is not enough. We have to spread awareness between the people around us. And I think we, the young generation, if start spreading awareness from today, the scenario will be changed hugely in few years. And the best part of sustainability is we do it for the betterment. And better itself is a comparative word. That means there is a huge scope of research and experiment. And I myself am working in PCM insulation and grid integration, and currently working in Solar Decathlon India in a live project. I am very new in this field, but still this lockdown has been a complete boon for me. I attended so many webinars and courses organized by ASSOCHAM, ISRE, and many other organizations. Attending each one of these added something new in my learning. So my journey so far has been an amazing one, and hope it will be the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujani. And it was wonderful to listen from all the 6 student ambassadors here on our program. We wish you all the best in future and keep doing good work for our country and wherever you go. God bless you. So our last speaker is Ashu Gupta. He is one of my colleagues in GEM National Council only, and is chair for GEM Projects Committee and is managing partner for Design to Occupancy, doing wonderful work in the sustainable built environment, field of sustainable built environment. I welcome you, Ashu, for your.
Thank you so much, Sandeep sir. Thank you so much, ASSOCHAM GEM team, for giving me an opportunity. I think after hearing so many, young buddies, I would say all the 6 people, all the 6 students, it really gives a great pleasure that our future generation is coming in that direction. They are pretty aware about the sustainability in their college time. I remember when I passed out 12 years back from the college, I think my college didn't give me an opportunity, or these kind of associations were not so much active those days, and we were not aware, but really happy to see that our future, what the government is targeting, right? Because I was reading an article, India is the only G20 country which is meeting the 2-degree centigrade target, whatever the government, all the G20 has taken. The India was the country who met. And in future, these generations definitely will aware more and more people, and India will be the best in all the countries in that way. Thank you so much, sir, for giving. I'm going to share my presentation today. Just because this pandemic has given a lot of opportunities to everyone. But I want to share that how education and sustainability has changed a lot. Because 10 years back, there was not any course, any master's or the bachelor's programs in that. Very few universities were doing that. But now it becomes a need of an hour. Because everyone has to understand sustainability is a huge demand, increasing every day. This is a decade right now. We are in 2020 to 2030, entire 10 years. Each and every company is going to focus on sustainability. And where the people will come from in that field. How the future, like our generation right now who is passing out from architecture college, or the engineering college, are they aware about it? If not, then how the India will meet out, or the other countries will meet out the people? So why sustainability? I am not going to detail because already the speakers has been talked about it: environmental, social, economically. These three major parameters of the sustainability, and we need people who actually understand all these parameters. This is a very good report by the Essential. If you look at that, 99% of the CEO of all the major companies, they say and they believe that sustainability issue will be critical to the future success of the business. Every business now these days converting into sustainability. You talk about fashion industry, you talk about real estate industry, you talk about cement industry, any industry, every company focus right now to on the sustainable business. 96% of the CEOs actually believe that sustainability should be integrated in operation of the company. This is the only field which I say the sustainability, which every company, either you work in automobile sector, real estate sector, IT sector, every company needs a person who has an experience on sustainability. This is happening everywhere. Similarly, for the new technologies, whatever the new technologies we are saving, see that this pandemic, earlier these kind of conferences happening in the 5-star hotel, we are using a lot of natural resources, water, energy and all these things, and still we get 100 people or 200 people. But sitting in this platform virtually around the globe, the more than 4,000, 5,000 people has registered for this conference and they are attending the event. So you can imagine that how the technology is moving towards a sustainable way, and this is something the technology is moving. So when we talk about sustainability, either is the energy, either is the natural resources, transportation, population, all things are interrelated to each other. Now, the sustainable development, because when we talk about the better world for future generation, sustainable future knowledge, attitude, because these are things moving. Earlier, I think 10, 15, 20 years back, if the people have a very good marks in their examination, they get a lot of weightage in that. But now these days, your attitude, your skills, your values and the knowledge, these are more required now these days in every children. This is some UN Nation reports which I want to highlight you guys. We are a country of 1.38 billion people, and it is expected that 300 million in the next couple of decades we will more add those people. Every person need space, every person need energy, every person need water, every person need air, and these all things are limited in any country because we have a limited area, limited water, limited energy. How these things, because if so much expansion will happen, these 6 cities will be converted to the mega cities, and every year we are adding. How we are saving, how we are conserving these resources. So that is the reason someone has to take an initiative. Everyone want to work in generation, but someone has to work on the conservation. And this is something the sustainable practices comes in a picture. So to meet all these challenges, there is only one way, that we have to move towards the sustainable development. If we don't make any development sustainable, we cannot be able to survive in future. That is the reason you have seen the UN nation goals. If you look at all 17 goals, all interrelated to the sustainability, either it's the good health being, poverty, clean water. These are the 17 actual parameters where the new generation should work it out. This is a huge future. Next 50 years, I can really, because in my last 12 years of experience, I have realized the next 50 years or the 100 years, this is the industry where actually people have to work it. And this is the recent report from the International Energy Agency. Around 40 million people globally are employed in the energy industry. Either you talk about electricity, oil, coal or biofuel. 40 million is a huge number. And of course, after the COVID-19 crisis, a lot of people their jobs are getting lost. A lot of people who are passing out, not getting a job, but this industry is booming in that way because every country is coming up with the green economic packages. This is, if we replace, if we reduce, if we recycle, this is actually the lot of jobs can be generated in this industry. So that is the reason the retrofit, last 2 days, the Reinvest was happening, which is the Renewable Energy Investment Summit was happening. And in those summits, our Prime Minister and several ministers have talked about that in future, in the next 7 years, like by 2030, the people are targeting 450 gigawatt of renewable energy in India. And people are very less actually who understand these technologies, who knows that. Huge requirement in upcoming years. So first thing, education and training. We need more and more institute to come forward for the education and the training in sustainability, so the people actually get those values which is the demand of the today need of the today's market. Because we were reading the same content last 10 years or 15 years. I came to know several bodies like AICT or Architectural Council of Architecture are coming up with the sustainable courses. They are already doing those kind of training, but in the college level, they want to do more in that. So sustainability skills demand is increasing, and we need more and more people in this area. And I would encourage to all the participants of this session, they should just do the Google, read out the article. They will understand how much the demand is required. A lot of people say that management program, of course, either you are working in the entrepreneurship, building sector, environmental sector, government sector, retail, solar, landscape, all these sectors are working towards a sustainable management program on this. So as per this report, I told you that these are the jobs actually are coming up in these sectors. If you talk about the construction sector, renewable energy sector or services sector, the demand is there, but people has to understand the basic concepts of these sustainability. So guys, in the last, I would definitely say that sustainability is treating ourselves and our environment as we are to live on this earth forever. This is for our future generations. If conservation is actually the major generation process, I always say, if you save 1 kWh of energy, you will saving actual 2 kWh of generation, which directly impacting to the 1.8 kilogram of carbon emission in the environment. So save energy, save environment, save future. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the
Thank you, Ashu. And although we have overshot the program by around half an hour, I believe the program was so interesting that Neeraj ji will pardon us for this. Over to you, Neeraj, for conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Narangji. Thank you so much. No, I mean, although we have overshooted by 30 minutes, but we all were enjoying the program very much. And I'm sure that everybody will support me on this. Starting with Dharkar ji's very encouraging and energetic message. We appreciate that Dharkar ji, on being his birthday and anniversary, he spared a lot of time for us, and he came to encourage our students, in fact. So thank you so much, Dharkar ji. And Sandeep ji, I really appreciate your passion, that you really want that our future generation should be educated on sustainability, energy and water efficiency issues. And you are doing wonderful work towards this, sir. Thank you so much, and we are blessed that you are part of our GEM family. Indradeep ji, I really appreciate your passion again. I would like to share one thing for Indradeep ji, that we had a chat over phone in April, I think, and in April he got to know about green building certification programs. He's an engineer and he's my senior also. He got to know. We had a telephonic discussion in April, and we discussed about the green building certification program. And in last 6 to 8 months, Indradeep ji, I have seen your passion towards green thing. After seeing your presentation today, I can say that you have the experience of, say, 20 years on green building certification programs. So thank you so much and appreciate your passion, sir. Neetu ji is running an organization, a company which is providing cool roof solutions for the buildings. But Neetu ji is so very much active in all platforms like GEM Green Building Certification Program and other green rating programs. and your passion towards sustainability is really appreciable, madam. So thank you so much for joining us. Madam Kanchana, your presentation was really excellent, and this shows your passion and your energy towards sustainability. We really appreciate this. And Ashu and his team at Design to Occupancy Services Private Limited, they are serving the nation since last 6-7 years, and they are really very passionate people, those who are working towards sustainability, green and energy related issues. And our student ambassadors, especially Aanchal Chawla and Abhishek Bhatia from Jaipur, Muskan Kapoor from Agra, Rabar Sharma from Hamirpur, Nimisha Negi from Delhi, and Srijani Das from Kolkata. So thank you so much, dear student ambassadors, for taking GEM certified professional examination and promoting the themes of green and sustainable architecture. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And this is really a very wonderful program. Thank you so much.
Sir, in the last
students and faculties.
Right. I request, sir, can we have a group picture also with all the speakers together?
Yes. Sure.
I would request to open the webcam to everyone. Please start your webcam.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Done, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karan. Please close the program.
Yes, sir.
Keep on doing good work, students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and bye. Thank you.